Hello, I'm Tim Martinez with the Disco Dish. Here we are in beautiful Velarde, New Mexico, shooting on location at Rancho Llam. Today, we're going to be cooking fresh trout on the disco, of course. So let's get started. So here we have a rainbow trout that we caught locally, and so caught in northern New Mexico. And so we're going to cook it up. What we're going to do, we cleaned it out, we cut it, we removed the head, and so you can, let me show you something. You can see, look how much meat that has. That's a lot of meat right there. So we're going to cook that really well. But we're going to do the basic stuff. We're going to put some lemon slices in there. Stuff it with some lemon. And we're going to do some salt. Gives a little bit. We're going to use some bay seasoning. It's great on everything, but it's really good on fish. So we're going to season that really well. Look at that. We'll get that. We're going to use, of course, regular pepper. And we have some fresh herbs from the garden. Lemon basil, I believe this is called. I'm going to stuff that in there. That's going to steam with the juices of the fish. And we're going to help a little bit of those juices with some butter. I'm going to put some of that in here shortly. We're going to do our best just to keep everything together. And then we're ready for the disco. I like to cook my fish in some coconut oil. You can use different oils, but I like the coconut oil. So here we have our rainbow trout. As you can see, the Rio Grande River behind us. It provides many things. The river provides water for us to water our gardens, and it also provides fish for us to eat. The mighty Rio Grande. Now we're going to place this in here. We'll be very careful with that. We're trying to keep everything together. We're going to just let it sit there for a few seconds to let that skin on the bottom bake a little bit, get crispy. Then we'll move it around a little bit to make sure everything's cooked. And then we're going to do our best to flip it over and keep everything on the inside. But it's going to be a tasty meal. I'm throwing a little bit of oil from the bottom here just to get the other side ready to cook. And we're cooking the top part of the fish there. We're going to move it a little bit, make sure this tail is cooked. There we go. So we've been cooking it for a couple of minutes, and fish, we don't like to overcook our fish, of course. So we're going to cook the skin really, really well. That means that the flesh inside, the meat inside is going to be cooked perfectly. But it's time to flip over now. And that's exactly what we're looking for. We got that a little bit of char, skin's cooked as you can see, splitting away from the meat. It's looking really well. What I'm also gonna do is, I have a lot of oil and butter mixed together at the bottom of the disco here. So I'm gonna bring the fish down, let it bathe in it, and then bring it back out. As you can see, we're trying to keep everything together, so that's just really good stuff. So what I'm gonna do now, everything's cooked, everything's really hot, so I'm gonna drop that temperature down, make sure that it's cooked. If I need to, I'll bring the heat back up to finish it off, but I think we're pretty close, so I'm gonna lower that heat. And this is a pretty nice fish. It was a nice catch. So we have a lot of meat. We have about 1.5 inches of meat. So you wanna make sure you cook it all the way. So I think we're gonna give it a couple extra minutes. So with it being a thicker fish here, we're concerned about cooking it all the way. But a good place to check to see if your fish is cooked the way you like it, we check right here on the thickest part. So let's take a look. So right there is the thickest part of the meat, and you can see that it's turned white, and that's exactly what we want. So we're there. We're gonna, one more swish through the bath. Just add that little bit of flavor. Okay, so the heat's off. Got the plate, we're gonna plate it now. I'm gonna let the plate help me. And so now it's plated, we're getting ready to eat. And of course we have to add our homemade green chili tartar sauce. And that's the disco dish. Start eating this fish. Let's see if it's cooked correctly here. The skin comes off. A lot of people like the skin. Look at that. Oh, beautiful. Look at that. Then what we'll do, we'll flip this around. And what we do at this line here, we bring it straight down. And it comes straight off, right into our chips. We keep the ribs in there. And there we go, people. Here's the top, the thick part. We just bring this back. Look at that. And cooked to perfection. We grab this, a chip, and some tartar sauce. All right. And so we're gonna try it. Green chili tartar sauce. Sorry, this is very, very good. Excellent. And that is the disco dish. That changed, my brain changed in there. Try that.